The first step is it arrives with our fabulous specimen services team to ensure that the correct sample has been taken, that it's all labelled appropriately, both the sample and the request form. It all matches and it's correct for the patient, and that everything is as it should be for processing. They label it up, give it a unique laboratory number, which then goes into our laboratory information system and is the number we use from there on out to track the sample. Then it moves to our debagging station, which is where we remove the swab from the bag and label it in a more controlled and safe environment. From there, we do a viral inactivation in our biological safety cabinet. The swab, that is the first time the swab itself is opened, and we ensure the safety of our team by inactivating the virus. And then following that, we remove from the biological safety cabinet and it will go through one of our various platforms of testing. The first step on each platform is RNA extraction. So the RNA from the virus to determine whether or not the virus is in the sample. The RNA is extracted from the sample for testing. We move into PCR prep, so preparation for the polymerase chain reaction that's going to occur. And then we move from there into the actual polymerase chain reaction. The technical part itself will take anywhere from 3 to 6 hours, depending on the various platforms used. And then all the upfront processing can take from, depending on whether any troubleshooting needs to occur, can usually take from minutes to half an hour. Creating from nothing would be the biggest one. So we set up 3 different platforms for this testing. We have the Magic 360 for RNA extraction. Then we have a Janus robotic instrument for the PCR prep, and then the Roche light cyclers for the final PCR. And we also have the Roche Cobus 6800 and the Hologic Panthers. We were informed very early on to diversify the tests that were available so that if there were any supply chain issues, you had some contingencies in place. You had alternative methods you could use. Any supplier that we were receiving product from, you also wanted them to have alternative solutions as well. So not just one manufacturing station, but hopefully manufacturing buildings around the world so that if there was a major problem in one country, they could move their manufacturing to another country. The Hologic Panthers, they use transcription-mediated amplification and were previously and still are used for all our STI testing, our chlamydia, our gonorrhea and our trichomonas testing. But when we received them and they're named Hologic Panthers, what we ideally wanted was 3 well-known panthers to name them after, and we could only think of the one. And from there, that led us to The Lion King instead of The Jungle Book. And we decided to call them Timon, Pumbaa and Simba, a well-known trio, I guess. Many names were thrown in there, but they were the ones that stuck.